One of my most anticipated titles, guys, of this year is Crimson Desert. This is a title, guys, that really gives me a lot of, Assassin's Creed vibes, but with, all these different monsters and dragons and all kinds of really cool elements to it. Looks to be a very visual story that is something that looks to be gritty, dark, exciting. And I gotta say, guys, I'm really excited about this title. I gotta tell you, I was really excited about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I love the Assassin's Creed franchise, but when I saw this, it felt like it was trying to raise the bar on what Assassin's Creed has been doing over the years, and other games in that same genre, but this felt different. Crimson Desert looks to be something where they want to really, like I said, raise the bar on this genre, and that's really exciting to me. So what I thought I would do in this segment of the show is talk about everything that we want in Crimson Desert. And so I'm going to give you 5 things that I really want to see. And some of you may agree, some of you may disagree with the things that I want. I'd love to hear what you guys think and what are the things that you want. Let me know in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. So for me, guys, coming in at number 1, for Crimson Desert, the number 1 thing that I want out of this title is a full package. I talk about it all the time, guys, but full packages are that being a full-blown story, so a single-player story, multiplayer, and co-op modes. Those are the big 3 things that you need to have a full package. So I want to see Crimson Desert have a single player story, which is very obvious. That's kind of like probably the main focus here is a single player story. But I also want to see co-op modes, and I also want to see multiplayer, because Crimson Desert has real potential here, not only to captivate a large audience, get a lot of us invested into the story, and then after you beat it, you're going to want to play with your friends, or you're going to want to play against other people, or do PvE elements to it where you're going up against waves and waves of dragons or enemies, whatever the case might be, similar to Gears of War's Horde mode. So I want to have multiple ways I can connect with this franchise so that the story, which looks absolutely incredible, we can really enjoy that, get invested in it, and then right afterwards we start playing co-op and multiplayer and all of those things, and that's going to keep you coming back over and over again. I just think it would be very smart to do that, because I think that they definitely have a large audience of people that are excited about this title. Now it's about keeping those people after the game releases. So that's a number 1 for me. Number 2 is having a lot of variety. So obviously, from the trailer to gameplay to everything that we've seen so far about Crimson Desert, it looks like there's a lot of variety on locations. Looks like there's a lot of variety as far as weaponry, enemies, all that seems like really great, that there's just so much variety. What I will say, though, is that sometimes they'll show you hints of, lots of different locations and such. Then when the game comes out, there's actually not as many locations as you might think. My hope is that they're not giving us false promises. I'm hoping that there are a ton of great locations, lots of variety on weapons, customization, enemies, different people that you come in contact with. All of those things, I think, are what's going to make Crimson Desert something really special. Having a lot of variety, making things feel really fresh and new, is really what it's going to come down to. All the different attack moves, defense moves, all of those things I think are going to make this game something really special. And so I just really want to see them have a lot of variety, and I think they're definitely moving in that right direction for sure. At number 3 for me, guys, this is a big one for me, and I talk about this a lot on the YouTube channel. When we talk about, new franchises or franchises that are continuing, whatever the case might be, I really like seeing free-to-play elements. Ever since Fortnite kind of really started transcending the free-to-play market, I think Crimson Desert is a title that could definitely have, really could get somewhere in a major way with free-to-play elements. I'm not saying the whole game has to be free-to-play, but I'm saying, what if the multiplayer is free, or the co-op modes are free to play for everyone? What that does for a game like this, guys, is it puts more eyeballs on it. It makes more people want to just try it out to see how it is and what it's all about. And then that could obviously lead to them actually purchasing the full title. So I just think having free-to-play multiplayer elements or free-to-play co-op modes, whatever it might be, could be a huge step in the right direction for Crimson Desert. We see this now with Halo Infinite. Obviously, that's going to have, free-to-play multiplayer. Call of Duty with Warzone. Sure, Crimson Desert is a brand new, IP. This is a title that hopefully turns into a really long, standing franchise. But I think having free-to-play elements right now is going to at least have people who just want to try it out, want to give it a chance just because it's free. Why not try it because it's free? And so then from there, they can really start to generate a lot of, of fans, but also like a user base that could be something really massive. So that is something I would love to see as some free-to-play elements. Coming in at number 4 for me is I really want the developers here to focus on, obviously, this game being the best possible game it can be, but also in the back of their mind thinking to themselves, we want this to be a franchise over time. Having a plan in place where, hey, if this is a really successful title, let's greenlight a second one. Let's start really building something special here based around, when we look at, the reception so far from the trailers, from the gameplay to the official reveal trailer of this title, there is a lot of people who are excited about Crimson Desert, myself included. So build off of that hype, and if this game ends up being really successful, get the sequel kind of greenlit. Focus on this game, making it as good as possible, but I'd love to see this have a vision of, the next 10 years having another game or 2 coming into the fray. That would be absolutely awesome. And to round it out for me, guys, at number 5, lots of new games make the, it's almost like a rookie mistake that lots of new IPs make is not having enough updates or releasing the game and it's not fully finished, or there's a bunch of bugs and things that need to be fixed after launch. Sure, there's always going to be things that that a developer has to fix after launch that they find out about or players find out about. But you think of these titles that come out there, there's so much hype around, like Cyberpunk 2077 releases, it's not even really completed. It's still in a really bad state, almost like it should not have been released. I don't want to see Crimson Desert release and there's like a bunch of problems with it, because that's going to kill your user base. Release the game when it's ready, and always have frequent updates as you go along the process, the journey that is this first title. If you want this to be a long-withstanding franchise, it's going to be so important that you fix those updates or fix those problems right when they come up, so that down the road it's something that could be really, really special. But with that being said, everyone, I definitely want to know from all of you, what are the things that you want to see out of Crimson Desert at this point in time? Knowing what you've seen so far for the title, what do you want to see? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Crimson Desert content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.